Pacific Encounter is taking shape, while the New Zealand cruise season was over before it even had a chance to begin. I'm Adrian, the Cruise and Travel Guy, and as always, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. Celebrity this week announced that the Eclipse will be returning to Australia for the 2022-2023 summer season. Eclipse is scheduled to head down under to be home ported here for the first time later this year. The Solstice sister ship will also be undergoing a multi-million-dollar refurbishment in March 2021, where she will be brought into line with her newer Edge class sisters, offering 5 to 18 night voyages with a focus on themed cruises like food and wine classics, sun and beach escapes, and 5-star getaways. There will be something for everyone, especially those that enjoy the all-inclusive modern luxury of celebrity cruises. In Italy, MSC welcomed its newest ship with the delivery of the Virtuosa. The Meraviglia Plus class ship is a sister to the Grandiosa and offers its guests 5 pools, including one of the biggest water parks at sea. The Galleria Virtuosa is an internal promenade area boasting the largest LED dome ceiling at sea, and the highly regarded MSC Yacht Club is also on board for suite guests. MSC's Virtuosa departs on her maiden voyage on April 16th this year from Genoa in Italy. It was only a few weeks ago that Ponant was given the green light from the New Zealand government to begin its cruise season this month in New Zealand. This was a big deal for New Zealand and also for Australia. The cruise season was going to be known as the Bubble Expedition, highlighting the safe manner in which the ship itself would merely be an extension of the healthy environment already created on land. The domestic cruises proved very popular and were selling well, with many landlocked Kiwis looking to hit the high seas once again. There was no doubt that the cruise season was going to be watched very closely by cruise lines looking to re-establish themselves down under. Unfortunately, that bubble was not only popped, but completely obliterated this week. Despite providing the necessary approval to sail from a health and safety perspective, New Zealand immigration had other ideas. The government agency refused to provide visas to 61 of the 90 crew members on board the Perouse, forcing Ponant to cancel the season before it even had a chance to begin. According to reports, the ship had travelled 4,000 miles on its way to New Zealand and turned around only 200 miles from shore. It was noted that crew working in hotel and service type roles such as hairdressing and bartending did not fall under the classification of essential workers for the purpose of obtaining a visa. Essentially, that type of work should be completed by New Zealand residents or citizens, and that was the cause of the issue. Ponant tried to find local workers with those skills and maritime experience, but was unable to do so and subsequently pulled the plug on the entire season. The impact is wide-reaching in the cruising community, with the 700 booked guests having their trips cancelled, as well as the economic side effects in small towns that were excited to receive visitors. It's also another step backwards and a missed opportunity for what could have been a season that helped to re-establish cruising down under. And finally, on a more positive note, Pacific Encounter has just left wet dock in Singapore and is well on her way to completing her massive makeover. The ex-Star Princess will soon call Brisbane home, being the latest ship to join the P&O Australia fleet. The company has shared some photo updates with their excited fans, and they've given us a glimpse into her new interiors, showing off the pantry, the onboard non-buffet buffet, some of the lounges, and main dining areas. The ship will sport a more modern Australian look that will tie it closely with its sister Pacific Explorer. You can watch my tour of the Pacific Explorer by clicking the link above or in the description below. Well, that's about it for this week's cruise news update. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thank you so much for watching. Feel free to check out the other videos on my channel as well, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you are looking at booking a cruise or you want some more information about travel and cruise, head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguy.com.au, and you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at thecruiseandtravelguy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. MSC's brand new Virtuosa is scheduled to depart on her first cruise. Jeez Louise. It was only a few weeks ago that Ponant were given the green light to commence servicing. Nope. Basically, an extension of the safe and healthy. Essentially, an extension of the healthy and safe practices that were. Going to be an extension of the And finally, on a more positive note, Pacific Encounter has just left wet dock in Singapore and is well underway. What? Well on her way. You can watch my tour of the Pacific Explorer. You can watch my tour of the Pacific Explorer by clicking the link above or in the description.